What's happening, y'all? So, Canelo Alvarez dominates Julio Chavez Jr. in a 12-round, I believe it was unanimous decision. Well, which was very expected because all I say is that I couldn't even give Chavez Jr. not one round. Not one round this fight. It was a wipeout from the start to the end. Now, I've seen a lot of people criticizing Chavez Jr. going in on him for this performance against Canelo Alvarez. I mean, again, this was kind of expected. This was inevitable. I mean, Chavez Jr. never does well against technical fighters. He never shown that he has good ring IQ, and he never had good reflexes. I mean, that's well evident. However, I would say one thing, though. He has improved a little bit technically. He was showing a little bit of technicality, whatnot, when he was throwing his combinations here and there. So he did show some slight improvement in that area. Nonetheless, though, what I was very surprised is that I've seen him. He was fighting on the back foot for the majority of the fight, and Canelo was just, putting a lot of pressure on him. So, yeah, very good, performance by Canelo, which was expected, so it's no surprise there. Now, as far as Chavez Jr., I mean, there's another thing I have to point out. Another point that I do have to make is that he did perform a little bit better than what he did against Andrew Fafara. So, got to give him a little credit for that. Now, where did both fighters go from here? Well, we all know that Gennady Golovkin was there. He went into the ring to congratulate Canelo Alvarez. So, the fight is set to go. September 16th, Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez. Can't wait for it. Now, who has the advantage going to this fight? Who has the edge? Many will argue Canelo Alvarez because he's looked good in his last 3 fights. He hasn't really taken any damage, whatnot, opposed to Gennady Golovkin, who really didn't look great in his last 2 fights against Kell Brook and Danny Jacobs. And, people will look at that and say, well, Golovkin is, pretty much is going to slow down from those last 2 performances, which I would tend to agree. But at the same time, this is boxing. Anything can happen. And the thing is, you would also hope that Golovkin would make some adjustments going into this fight, because if he thinks he can try to get his way against Canelo in the inside by throwing his body punches, whatnot, he has another thing coming, because Canelo can fight off the ropes extremely well, and he's got very quick hands, and he throws a lot of muster in those punches as well, and he can fight in spurts. So that's one thing that Golovkin is going to have to be very aware of, and I'm sure he's going to try to take this fight from the distance. And I have to say also, the one thing is that Canelo's jab was on point. It's like he almost landed that jab almost with, a 95% accuracy. So that's the one thing that Golovkin is going to have to look out for now. I have to say is Canelo does have the technical advantage here, but I will still say it's a 50-50 fight. You may never know what's going to happen here. So looking forward to it. Let me know what your thoughts are about this. Who do you think is going to win that fight between Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin? And please be respectful in the comment section. That's all I got to say. I'm out.